the class comes to his room and is like, we're here to look in your immune system.
We're here to shrink down and get into your body.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The bus goes up his nose. So I do think there's limits as to where the bus should go, obviously. It doesn't have to stay in a classroom. Maybe shouldn't be in people's noses. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Little Miss. For those of you who are new here, my name is Riley, and every week I pick a topic of conversation designed to make you, the listener, feel as if you're in the room with a friend having the same conversation. This week, the girls are with me. We're going to be doing a roommates episode again, and the topic is going to be on childhood media that like shaped us in some way, whether it was we had a big crush on the person in it, or it like developed the way we thought about something, we learned something from it. And I know, at least for me personally, I have like really niche, crazy media in here that's going to make us all cringe and feel really uncomfortable. And I, because Taylor and I are sisters and we watch the same stuff, we're pretty much just going to be explaining it to Lauren.
Yeah, probably.
I guess before we get started, I was thinking about a question of like, how much media, and again, Taylor and I have similar answers, but like, how much media did you watch growing up?
I feel like a lot.
Really?
There was like always a movie on.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think we watched a ton of media, like probably compared to some other kids. But like we did watch, you know, like a lot of VHSs and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mom had that thing where like she didn't have cable for a long time?
Yes.
Like she didn't want us to have cable. You're probably really young.
I think I remember more people telling me about that versus me actually remembering it.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have cable for a while, so we would just watch like VHSs. Like we didn't really watch a lot of like the cartoons that other kids grew up on, like SpongeBob or Cowardly Dog, like those kind of things. Staples of Lauren's childhood, for example.
SpongeBob was okay?
Yeah.
You watched SpongeBob? Oh, cool. Yeah, okay. Well, at least we all have a nice starter for that. Okay, I'm going to go first with a pivotal TV show crush, which I think has influenced my type in men a lot.
Okay.
Or at least, like, it just started, and I actually have another one on here of what started the, like, white man, like, brunette white man thing for me. And that was Atlantis with Milo Thatch.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have that on their list, but that was like one of the first things I thought of where I was like, oh, that is like a pivotal movie where I was like, no, they can be cute.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And I watched that movie and I was like, this is actually everything.
Yeah.
Atlantis is a great movie.
It's a great movie. And actually, literally everyone in that show is hot.
Yeah.
Except for the weed digger, whatever.
Francois, I think.
Yeah, whatever he is. Everyone else in that show is so hot.
Yeah.
It's insane. Smash after smash after smash.
Yeah.
It's true.
Just different types, but they're all hot. That's actually on my honorable mentions of movies that shape the way I think about things.
Okay.
Just as far as like our influence on indigenous cultures.
Ah.
And how when we show
Perfect.
up, we destroy them.
I mean, okay, yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you go next?
It's just an honorable mention. Like I feel like that might be something I came to a conclusion of later in life, maybe not actually as a child, so that's why it's on my honorable mention.
Yeah. You're saying Taylor wasn't sitting there being like like 7.
The influence of colonization on indigenous cultures.
Yes. Although knowing our mom, we might have been. Like True. That's actually might have been a school report.
True. Yeah.
Is that what's next on your list?
What's like an actual one?
Yeah, what's an actual one? Yeah.
Well, the absolute banger that is Land Before Time, Stone of Cold Fire.
Yes, she.
Oh, Stone of Cold Fire.
Weren't you watching that today?
I played a clip from it because I couldn't remember how to pronounce the character's name.
Okay.
And so I needed to like watch the clip to remember. And it was exactly as I recalled.
Yeah, I did go take like a nap for a while. And Taylor and I had like briefly discussed doing this podcast, and I was like, I'm going to go take a nap. Wake up. And it was one of those naps where you're like, where am I? I don't even know if I fell asleep. Come out. Taylor's watching just pterodactyls, animated pterodactyls on the screen. And I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, Stone of Cold Fire.
Yeah.
But lay out what happens for it.
I know you watched it, Riley, growing up, but you were pretty young at the time. Lauren, do you recall any of the Land Before Times?
Yeah, Land Before Time was big.
Okay. Do you remember this one specifically?
I don't remember like episode names.
That's fine. It's the one where Petrie's uncle shows up, and
Petrie's a pterodactyl.
Petrie is a pterodactyl. For those listening at home,
annoying. I did not like it. Yeah, anyways, keep going.
It's pretty annoying. But his uncle Tarano shows up. I did write down how to pronounce that.
Okay.
Because it has a P in front of it, but the P is silent.
Okay.
Tarano.
Pterodactyl. Yeah. Something else I learned.
But in like, there's a ton of stuff happening in this movie. But my point is not actually about the Stone of Cold Fire, which is a meteor. That's unrelated. But Petrie's uncle, Tarano, he is basically like this really sketchy dude. Like he shows up, all the grown-ups are mad about it. They're like, "Ugh, this guy. Not this guy. He's back." But Petrie thinks he's really cool. The other kids think he's really cool. And the grown-ups don't really tell them like what their issue is with him. And then eventually he does kidnap Ducky. Which again, it's related to the other plot line going on. But the grown-ups finally are like, all right, here's the deal. Here's why we are not a huge fan of him. And why they allowed him to hang out with their children, I don't know. But
they're like, we don't want to talk to him. Hey, here's the kids table.
Yeah, no, they really let him just hang out with those kids and like, I don't know why. But anyway, basically they were in a migration, like the herd was in a migration. They were trying to like get somewhere. And Toronto thought he was better than everybody else because he's a flyer.
Okay.
He's like, I'm super cool. I can see everything. Like I should be leading us. I should be in charge. I'm the cool guy. And so he did convince a number of the herd to like follow him, and he led them in a different direction. And he ends up leading them into a trap where they are all massacred by sharp teeth. Like all of them die, except for him because he can fly.
That's crazy.
So
I
he
do not remember that.
Yeah.
Also, didn't he see it? I thought that was the whole point.
Well, no, he because he's a bad leader.
Okay.
But yeah, he should have seen it. But no, he led them into a canyon which had a dead end, and then they all died. But he got away, and he wouldn't really talk about what happened, but all he would say is like it wasn't his fault. Like what happened wasn't his fault. He never took accountability for it.
Say it's your fault.
And the line that I remember, like this stuck in my brain at 5 years old, because this movie came out in 2000 and I was 5, and this line has stuck with me my whole life, is the grandma Longneck says, a real leader must be willing to take the credit when things are good and the blame when they go bad. And I remember that being like very pivotal to me at a small age. It's not really that profound.
Like, did you apply it as like an older sister, or you just liked the line?
I like the line, but I think part of it was like if I'm in charge of stuff, like I have to be able to take accountability for it. Like if something goes wrong, like that's on me. Like I need to own up to that. But I also think the flip side of that is I expected that in other authority figures, which is a real bummer in your life. When you expect like authority figures, you're like, no, this is your job. Yeah. Like you get the credit when it goes well, but you should also be taking the blame if it doesn't go well. Yeah. Like you need to stand up there and take accountability. People don't do that.
Yeah, and people don't like when you tell them.
Especially not when you're a kid.
Yeah, no.
No, that is something that
it's
I was
like, shut up
like,
and be quiet. Like they're not. Oh, you're gonna do it because I told you so.
Shut up, mom. Silence from. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that really is. Like, I wonder if that did, because you had like a few kind of, they were, what's the word? Well due. Like they deserved it, but there were times when you really had issues with authority figures, and I wonder if it's because you were like, well, Petrie's uncle.
Yeah. I just remember that line very distinctly of like, no, you're in charge. Which means you need to like stand up there and say what you did wrong. Yeah. Like this is on you. So
that's a good one.
That's my first one from Land Before Time.
All I remember from Land Before Time mostly is wanting to eat the star leaves.
Yeah. Yes.
And those did look sick.
They did look really good.
They looked really good.
The tree leaves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was looking that up today when I was just looking at this one and like how many there were. And like that first one came out in 1988. I didn't realize how old it was.
Really?
Yeah, 1988. And then the first like sequel came out in 94.
Oh, okay.
So there was a minute before they started making sequels. We actually never really cared for the first one.
I honestly, like, same with Lauren, I can't distinguish them in my head.
I feel like we watched, is it not a TV show as well?
There was a TV show as well. Yes.
I feel like we watched the TV show more than the movies. I know I've seen at least one of the movies, but I feel like we watched the TV show more.
That makes sense because the TV show came out later. And that was probably when you were like 5. And like by that point, we were probably past that phase. Okay. Probably, do you remember Big Water? No. There's like this, it's a journey to Big Water. And they go, big, 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 big water.
Does sound a little familiar.
And it's about how like creepy the ocean is and all the horrible things in it.
Ew, yeah, that's probably why I cried. Okay, I'm gonna expose myself for a second.
I was gonna say it's probably where your fear of the ocean comes from.
Yeah, for a while I was extremely afraid of the ocean. I want everyone to know when I tell this story that I did in fact get over this because I've been scuba diving recently. So before everyone says she's such a big fat baby, she cried about the ocean. Yeah, when I went to go see Life of Pi in theaters, potentially at the IMAX, I think, in Denver. Yeah. I did cry.
That's a scary movie.
It's a scary movie. How old was I? Probably like 14. I was way too old to be crying.
She was a teenager.
A really decent age. But yeah, for a long time, I was genuinely like so afraid of the ocean.
Yeah.
And I couldn't like, oh God. I remember we went out to Texas one time when I was probably like 10 or 11 and we went fishing. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Dad used to like to go fishing like in the ocean. I would sob, like I had to have them take me home because I was like, this is never gonna fly. I was like, our boat is so little and the ocean is so big water.
It is scary.
The ocean,
It's big water.
No, it's scary. Like, what are you talking about? And then like as an adult, sometimes like our friends will come up to us and be like, hey, I just read that NASA said that they found something in the ocean and that's why we're headed for Mars. And like if you told me that at 14, I probably would have, I don't know what I would have done.
Not liked it.
Done something crazy. I don't know. But I also do want to backtrack slightly and say it's an insane that Land Before Time put a meteor as like a part of a plot line when that was in fact what wiped out with all the dinosaurs.
Which is crazy. Yeah, no, they think it's going to give him magic powers. Specifically Toronto, the uncle. Like he's like, it's going to give me magic powers and then I can rule over the Great Valley. Like I'll be in charge.
Any of that.
Why does he want to rule over the valley? Because he screwed it up.
Because he's delusional.
Yeah, there's a few of those out there.
He does, I think, have a redemption arc, but like I'm like, I don't care. Yeah. You're literally responsible for like multiple other dinosaurs' deaths.
Yeah.
Like it's not even funny. You did.
Yeah.
You did that.
All right, Lauren, do you have one?
For a crush, I have Anakin Skywalker.
Nice.
I did think of you with that.
When we were little, we borrowed like we had like the box set and it was like all the prequels and like the original Star Wars.
Okay.
And my brother would just watch them. I'm not kidding you. Like just on repeat, like from the beginning to the end, back to the beginning. And so for the most part, I found it really like frustrating because I didn't want to watch Star Wars until we got to the prequel.
Yes. And then things shifted drastically.
The third one. And I was like, oh, when you watch that one, I do actually want to know.
Yeah.
I would love to watch that one with you.
Yeah. Let's lock in on Revenge of the Sith.
And it was because I thought Anakin Skywalker was cute. And he is cute.
No, I think he was like, there's probably so many girls that were like, oh, that's what love is.
I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know for Amber, that was a big one.
Yeah.
Amber was obsessed with him. So not to out her, sorry. But like, I do remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
I was never, like, I just don't relate to it as much because I never cared about Star Wars.
That's fair.
I do remember thinking he was very, very obviously hot, but we would mostly be watching the first one, Phantom Menace.
Mm.
So that was the one we like had on repeat all the time. And so I had a crush on Ewan McGregor.
Which is also valid.
Oh, he's one of the little weird thing, right?
Yeah.
And like, why'd they do that to him?
Don't know.
Why they do that?
Yeah, it's not great.
I do know who that is.
Yeah.
Again, guys, we were set up to fail with brunette white guys, you know?
Very embarrassingly, I didn't know that the prequels didn't come out first. Because, like, when I was born, those were already out. Like, I think the first one came out in the 90s or, like, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for me, I was
by
like,
the time you gained sentience.
Everything was in order when you got there.
yeah. So when we get to the part where he's like, I'm your father, I'm like, yeah, we know. Like, I didn't understand, like, why people cared about that. And when I found that out in public, it was really embarrassing.
Oh,
And that's
I
also
think that's
a
super fair.
foundational
I
memory.
think that's fair.
A core memory.
Yeah, the public humiliation.
I was like, yeah, did you not see the first 3 movies?
Yeah, you're like, guys, I hate to break it to you. It's pretty obvious.
I mean, they say it pretty explicitly.
And he's pretty hot.
Yeah. And boy, are you going to like him more. Yeah. Wait, did like no one know that it was Anakin Skywalker? Nobody knew that?
Originally in theaters, that was like a huge plot twist.
Because like I don't remember obviously that at all.
Right. Like
if you showed it to me right now in order, I'd be like, baby Lauren,
me,
guys.
Actually me. Like in the in the 80s in theaters. I was like, just like why it's such a big like scene.
Okay.
Right. Like it's a big reveal because Luke knows that his dad is Anakin Skywalker, but he doesn't know it's the same guy as Darth Vader.
Oh,
so that's the reveal is that those two people are the same. And then of course with the prequels, like we know that's Anakin Skywalker and he's going to become Darth Vader. But if you don't know that and you've just seen them in order, It just makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, next on my list, most of these are crushes, guys. I'm sorry. Because we all know where my head's at. Actually, no. Well, he's kind of hot in it, but that's not why I put it on here. This one is something that Taylor and I watched on repeat at Grandpa's house growing up on a VHS.
Okay.
And actually, now that I'm putting it on here, he's pretty hot. It's Robin Hood 1973 animated version with the fox.
The fox, yeah.
Oh, that was big in our childhood too.
The fox was big.
Smash.
And obviously, he's super hot. If anyone tried to put that fox on a Hear Me Out cake, I would reject it. It's not a Hear Me Out. He's just hot.
That's just a fact.
But I do remember, like, after watching that, being like, well, the government doesn't care. I remember being like, well, I guess we better stand up for ourselves. Or like, yep. Just because they're in charge. Yeah, eat the rich. Just because they're in charge doesn't mean they know.
Doesn't mean they have your best interest at heart.
Exactly. Yeah. That was like me at 6. And yeah, I mean, obviously, like, none of us grew up in political households, but it is crazy to me as an adult when I meet someone who's very political, who believes so strongly in like the Constitution and America and like
leadership.
Yeah. Because like
political parties.
There's probably 100 reasons why I don't, but I mean, starting with the 1973 Robin Hood, like that's up there. I'm like, did you not see this?
Did you not know?
It's been out for like 60 years. It's been out for like 1,000 years.
That is a great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that.
Yeah.
Next on my list, I've got Spirit.
Iconic film.
Talk about another smash.
Yeah. Like, that horse is hot.
That horse is hot. And so is
they
the
knew what they
Indian
were
guy
doing.
that rides him.
Yeah. We grew up in a very forward-thinking home.
Yeah, I would say it's just like progressive thinking. We were never like stuck in tradition.
Right. So I think we grew up being aware of like, you know, like what happened to the Native Americans and like being aware of that, right? But I remember watching Spirit distinctly and being like, oh, like we're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Oh, like I remember watching that and being like seeing the cost of like Western expansion and progress and how that like affected, you know, it's told through the POV of a horse, but also like the Native American people, just like the wild country that was, and like how much of that was lost, and like you know, like I understand like we wouldn't be where we are today if that hadn't happened, and like that it did happen, but like I do think I walked away from that being like, oh, that was really messed up. Yeah.
No, I thought about putting Pocahontas on the list for the same reason.
I also have that on my list.
Okay, yeah. Well, I guess it's interesting because I don't know that they didn't either. But how did your family react to Pocahontas? Because my mom was always like, "Yeah, white people are not saviors," and she's right, by the way. That's
I don't
just
remember
what she sounded.
any Pocahontas discussion, but like I remember watching and being like,
yeah. Also, by the way, I am boy crazy because I watched that the whole time, being like, every single one of these movies that you guys are listing, I was like.
Are you talking about the Native American man or John Smith?
Either.
Because John Smith, I always thought was so ugly.
Really?
Yeah, I
think he's
never
cute.
understood how he got Pocahontas.
I'd have to check back in. I'd have to do
He
a check.
probably is a I don't know. There's
I don't
something
know.
about he is a just. I don't remember his name, but
Kocoum.
yeah,
Kocoum?
Kocoum. That's something different.
Yeah,
That's
I
something
know
different.
Kocoum.
No. Oh, I know Coco. No, he's also so hot. Sorry, everything that they bring up, I'm like, bye.
Again, it's kind of like what Taylor was saying. I don't know if I'm just remembering history wrong, and I thought this more as an adult. But like, what's the song about them being savages? And they're like singing that.
Savages.
I think it's just called
barely
Savages.
even know them. Something
And
like that,
they're
right?
the white people are singing it about the Native Americans, but the Native Americans are singing about the white people. And I was like, white people are evil.
Yeah.
And that was the nuanced take that I had at 7. It's just like white people equals bad.
Yeah.
But it did leave an impression.
Right.
Which is fair. Wait, Taylor, tell them what you were saying today about movies, which I thought was very insightful. That the older, I say it for you. I'm like, guys, this is what Taylor said. Basically just that like older movies had grown up problems in them.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure I've said this before, but like older kids movies tended to have pretty like adult themes. Like even The Incredibles, which Bradley and I watched today, is really about like a middle-aged married couple like going through a midlife crisis and like trying to figure out if they still want to be married to each other.
Yeah.
And like how to like navigate all of that. Like that is a pretty adult theme.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these things like Pocahontas is about adults, like adult people going through colonization.
Yeah. No.
And like the moral implications of that, moral and ethical implications of that. And like there's silly goofy parts in that too, like with the raccoon and stuff. Like it's not like it's not a kid's movie, but I just think they had a lot more adult themes back in the day. And now kids movies, it's not even wrong. Like, it's not bad. But kids movies tend to be a lot more kid-centric, like Inside Out, which has good stuff in it. But it's more about, like, a little girl experiencing anxiety for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is not bad at all. I like that movie. But it's not quite the same.
No. And I don't really dislike it either, but I did think that was interesting. Because again, at 7, I also was like, white people are the problem.
Yeah, I think kids movies are, I still feel like they feel very adult, but I feel like it's a lot about like emotions now. Like a lot of it is about like generational trauma.
That's fair.
Or like they're very niche problems that you're not going to talk about until you're in like therapy as an adult. Like I'm trying to think of another one.
Well, like Encanto.
Yeah, they're very like emotional based.
What's Encanto about again?
Encanto is about this family in Colombia, and each of them has some kind of like gift that's like a superpower. But the overall theme is generational trauma.
Okay. Yeah.
And like how it like affects each generation.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Like it might be grown up problems, but you're right, Lauren. It's more niche. It's not just colonization.
Yeah, it's more like I'm trying to think of another one.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not a problem, but they're all based on like they're all like psychology kind of now.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure exactly when it came out, but like Big Hero 6 is very much about like grief.
True.
And like it's a good movie, but it's very much about like a kid, and he is a kid like going through grief and like trying to like cope with that and how he copes with it, which is not bad, but just
or like the second Puss in Boots is about like death and like dealing with like the inevitability that we're all gonna die.
Yeah. Which
so again, it's not that it's not adult, but it's like in your head stuff.
Yeah.
That's a fair point, Lauren. I think that's a fair point. There are still like kids movies that deal with adult themes. They just are different. I think the exception to that would probably be like Zootopia.
I was just thinking Zootopia.
Because I think they deal with pretty like adult themes that I would say are less like intellectual.
Yeah, they deal with like racism and gentrification. That's the word. Who's next? This one is also pretty niche, and this one's pretty upsetting that I have it on my list, but this was a pivotal show for me, and I still think about it sometimes. It's a masterpiece called Dinotopia. I think we've probably shown you.
This is the first time, like I think you've shown it to me, but like I did not watch Dinotopia. Like this is the first one you've said where I'm like, no,
perfect.
I don't
well, I thought this would be more. Yeah. So let me break it down for you. Dinotopia came out in like 2005, and it's about this family. And I know what you guys are going to say, Riley, it's a crush. Yeah, obviously. I'm talking about a crush. That's all I care about. It's these family that gets like swept away to a lost world with dinosaurs.
They like get shipwrecked on this island where there's dinosaurs.
Classic stuff.
Cool.
I think it's
relatable.
Two brothers.
Yes, two brothers too. One of which went on to go play in Prison Break and then became gay. Well, the reason I say that is because he was like quote unquote the less attractive brother in Dinotopia, and then Prison Break he was super hot, and then it was another like, oh, we can't even have him. So this guy's character has just done this his entire career, by the way, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, he was like technically the less attractive one. I had a massive big fat crush on his brother.
Oh yeah.
And he never went on to do anything else. I looked at his IMDb tonight.
No, that's because what's his name?
Wentworth Miller.
Wentworth Miller was the more talented one.
Yeah. No, he was great in Prison Break. And now I think he's super hot.
Yeah.
And then I think once a year I discover he's gay again.
Yeah.
I'll be like, and everyone else does too. Nobody believes it.
Like,
but all of a sudden they'll be on like TMZ and he'll be like, I came out like 10 years ago.
He's like, why is this still a thing?
And all the girls are like, no. Yeah.
As if anyone was.
Anyone
had a chance
obviously
with him.
was the issue because otherwise I probably would have been with Wentworth Miller. It's the fact that he's gay.
Yeah.
So kind of a bummer.
But yeah, no, that was that's very niche.
Yeah, it is very niche. But that was again just brunette white guys.
Yeah. I've actually never read Fourth Wing, but it's Fourth Wing before Fourth Wing was a thing.
Is
where
that
it's
what,
like
really?
They're dragons?
They're not dragons. There are pterodactyls that they have to bond with to fly.
That's giving Avatar too.
Actually, yeah, but I think it was before Avatar, right?
Yeah.
So James Cameron, we have some explaining to do.
But yeah, it's like a whole thing. That's like Wentworth Miller's character's thing was that he wants to like fly with the pterodactyl patrol.
Yeah.
But you have to like bond with one of the pterodactyls, and you like, it's like a whole thing. It's very Avatar Fourth Wing coded of like they're like this flying animal you have to bond with.
But no, that is interesting. And by the way, the reason everyone thought he was the ugly brother is because the pterodactyls didn't want him.
They said not that one.
Yeah, it's like Divergent. They all get up there to like pick their, like throw their stand in there to pick a pterodactyl, and the pterodactyls go,
And that's pretty embarrassing.
And it is pretty embarrassing. So, yeah.
He does get one eventually.
Yeah. Hey, good for you. All right, up to you, Taylor.
Okay, another one for more concepts than life lessons, but An American Tail.
Fievel.
Fievel.
Yeah.
I also don't think I watched this one.
I would be surprised if you had.
It's pretty immigrant based.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I watched specifically the first one, which is about them coming from Europe to New York. The second one is about them going west, which I think is very entertaining. I would not say it's like as deep. There's still deep stuff in it about like the exploitation of immigrants, but specifically the first one about the immigrant experience where like there's this whole bit where they're like, there's no cats in America and like the streets are made of cheese and like they're so excited to go to America and they think their life is good.
Plot twist, they're all mice, by the way.
They are all mice, yes.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like hell, not if you're a mouse. Yeah.
But they get there and like basically the American dream is very subpar. Like what they think is going to be great kind of sucks. But I do remember that very much like shaped my like idea of immigration and immigrants. And obviously like our like one side of our family is descended of European immigrants. Like it's not a dissimilar story from them. But I remember like growing up and having people talk about like immigration that we have now and being like very negative about it. And I remember specifically from that movie being like, why?
You're like, clearly you haven't
seen An American Tail because like they just looking for a better life. I've seen An American Tail.
Let me put you on something.
Let me put you on
American
something.
Tail.
Because like I just think they want a better life, and like actually it's a lot of hard work, and these people are really trying. I've seen An American Tail. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Educate yourselves.
Educate yourselves. And like that's an oversimplification of like that issue, but I do think that shaped my concept of it.
I like that too.
My next one's really, really niche, and we're going like farther back into like kindergarten. This is a show for like little kids. It's called Ni Hao Kai Lan.
I don't know.
And it's definitely not your guys' generation. It's like, I think it was Nickelodeon, and it's truly made for like 5-year-olds. And that is how old I was when I was watching.
And so
That's
you're
fair.
pretty on par.
And like there's this specific episode that I like deeply remember, and I have 4 siblings, 3 of whom are younger than me, and then 1 is older than me. And there's this whole plot line where like the monkey in Ni Hao Kai Lan, there's another monkey that comes to town, and he like copies everything the OG monkey's doing. So like he makes a cake, and the little monkey makes the same cake, and he's really ticked. And he's like, "Hey, I need you to step off and like quit like copying everything I'm doing." And the moral at the end of the story was that the little monkey is copying you because he thinks you're cool, and it's a compliment. And I think I used that against my brother because he was older than me. So anytime I was trying to copy something he was doing, I was like, you clearly haven't seen Ni Hao Kai Lan, and like this is a compliment. And then I had to apply it to myself when my younger siblings were copying me. That I was like, no, like it's a compliment.
Yeah.
They just want to be cool like me.
Exactly. Because I'm so cool. Yeah. That was like one of the first like lessons from a kid's show that I remember like that actually like stuck with me.
Yeah.
And is that like a really important lesson? No. But I do still remember it and the episode to this day.
And it still like comes up sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need that reminder. Like, no, I like that. Yeah. I like hearing about shows that you watched and we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I recommend it? No. It's very much for small children. Very like Dora the Explorer coded.
Okay. Heard.
These other ones we're talking about, they aged well. Like you can still watch those. You can't watch Ni Hao Kai Lan.
Yeah.
Well,
but it served its purpose at the time.
It served its purpose.
Okay, I only have one left on my list, and it's the Magic School Bus.
Ooh, Magic School Bus.
Yes. This one was very formative in the fact that just like, I feel like the Magic School Bus taught me that you didn't really have to learn to be in a classroom, or you didn't have to be in a classroom to learn, because everything that happens in the Magic School Bus, they go outside of the bus leaves the classroom. Like,
because it's magic.
Because it's magic, yeah. But I learned so much. I don't think I could remember it today, but like the episode on the digestive system, or the episode when the kid's sick and they have to figure out on his immune system, which like, by the way, he's sick. The class comes to his room and is like, we're here to look in your immune system.
We're here to shrink down and get into your body.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The bus goes up his nose. So I do think there's limits as to where the bus should go, obviously.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to stay in the classroom. Maybe shouldn't be in people's noses. Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, I think we'd find a middle ground, guys. Yeah, I just remember like watching that and being like, oh, and it's like cool, like eccentric Miss, never got married, Frizzle. Like, she's just out there living. She's out there teaching kids.
Yeah.
She is cool.
And I was like, wow.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is good. All right. Since that's your last one, I'll do one more, and it is just it's a crush.
Oh, yes.
I've said it before and I will say it again. My first crush that I very distinctly remember is like really embedded into my brain was Andrew Lee Potts from the weird miniseries Stranded.
And I also, yeah, wait, which miniseries?
It's a miniseries called Stranded. It's about Robinson Crusoe.
Oh, you're not even talking about Alice.
No.
You haven't even gotten to Alice, or isn't he from freaking
He's in
dinosaur thing too?
Primeval.
Oh, then that's crazy because I was gonna say that's really niche. You're before his niche shows.
Yes. There's Primeval for sure, of course.
Oh, Taylor.
And I actually get it in Primeval.
Alice.
It's kind of a smash.
Yeah, no,
You can miss me and Alice. He's literally the Mad Hatter.
no, but Stranded was a weird Hallmark miniseries about Robinson Crusoe, and he plays the 17-year-old son who becomes a pirate. And let me tell you,
Okay, yeah.
I was all over that.
Yeah.
I said that
Taylor
guy.
walked in.
The way that your brother rewatched Star Wars, Taylor did rewatch that show. It was literally, and the way I rewatched Zootopia too. Taylor would just never ending.
Nope.
Yeah,
And just the second half when he grows up.
and you're so
the
real
first
for
half,
that.
he's like a little kid. Like, it's not Andrew Lee Potts.
She's
That's
like,
just
what am
some
I, a
random
freak?
kid.
Yeah,
She's not crazy.
no.
Second half, Andrew Lee Potts shows up.
She is
Locked
actually
in.
the little kid's age when she's watching this.
Yeah, she's like, what am I, crazy?
I'm not here for that.
Now, I remember looking up how old he was when he was in it, because I was like, I wonder like how old he is, like how old I am. Like, could this ever like happen? The answer is he's playing a 17-year-old. He's 21 at the time. So no. No.
And that's the only reason.
And that it truly, just like Wentworth Miller. There's
only
only one reason. I do want to put in there, since I've only been talking about like white guys with brunette hair, Corbin Bleu in High School Musical was a pivotal crush for me as well. Yeah. Because he's so cute in that movie.
Yeah. He is very hot. Like, honestly, I like stand him next to
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron. I'm like, Zac Efron who?
Yeah.
Zac Efron got all the hype.
Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because like, well, maybe it's, no, Zac Efron's annoying too, because I was like, his character is insufferable.
Yeah.
So
they're both insufferable though.
Everyone in that movie is insufferable.
Everyone in that movie is insufferable. And I guess that's the most realistic part of high school. So
True. And of theater kids.
Yeah, and of musicals.
My last had the same moral, so I'm going to group them together. It was WALL-E and The Lorax.
Ooh, The
And after
Lorax is
watching
good.
both of those movies, I was like, yeah, like I personally need to like save planet Earth. Like I was shutting off the water while I was brushing my teeth, and I was taking shorter showers.
Yes.
And I was like, I need to like join National Geographic and be one of those people that like lives with the elephants and is like bathing them in those documentaries. Like that's the energy that you walk away from those movies with.
Yeah.
And like, I'm never touching plastic again. That lasts for like about a day.
Like you need to be the guy that like photographs the specific cheetah in the snow. He's underneath the snow and then he lifts up and he takes the photo.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, those were good. I actually didn't watch The Lorax till I was an adult.
Loved The Lorax. I remember the restaurant I was at when Dad was like, hey, guess what, kids? I'm taking you guys to The Lorax. And then we went and saw The Lorax.
What'd you get?
I actually do know that, too, unfortunately. It was Poor Boys.
Yes.
A steakhouse.
Yes.
So it was probably sharing a steak with one of my siblings and getting rice like a weirdo.
Rice is insane.
Everyone else was getting like fries and I was obsessed with the rice pilaf like a freak.
Lauren, not the rice pilaf.
So yeah, there we have it.
No, those are really good. I don't really want kids, but I would be interested to see like what shows they would have to grow up with, you know?
It is kind of fun.
It is also interesting to go back to like these older movies like this and see it through like an adult's eyes. Because like when you walk away from it as a kid, you might have like a very like one-dimensional like like white people are bad, like in Pocahontas, which is like that's a good take, but then like you come back and you're like, oh, wow, there is a lot of nuance here. Like there is a lot of stuff happening that like as a kid I just did not pick up on.
Yeah, zero nuance as a little kid. I was like, oh, I get it. This is black and white.
Yeah.
And white
I understand.
is bad.
Yeah.
I picked up what you were putting down.
Yeah.
Like I remember that with Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Ooh, one of Taylor's favorites.
It's great now, but I remember as a kid, like walking away, like, yeah, we shouldn't like treat people bad because they're different from us. Like,
I get hunchbacks.
I get it. But like watching it as an adult, I'm like, oh, there's a lot going on here. Like about like the hypocrisy of the Catholic Church. Like we've got a ton of stuff going on.
You're talking about crazy stuff in kids' movies.
No, they really were.
Animated movies are underrated. I think it's actually really embarrassing, but when I look through like movies that I rate, I usually rate animated movies like the highest, which is embarrassing, but like they're good.
I stand by it.
They're good.
They're really good.
Because they're entertaining and they're funny and they have a good message.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
They have a lot going on. And I also think like they're telling really interesting, nuanced, deep stories, and they're doing it without like the aid of shock value.
Yeah.
Because like the higher, like the more adult or more higher rated a movie is, like the more like shocking you can put stuff in. Like, and like sometimes that's good and it works for the movie, but like with a kid movie, you're doing it all with like just implied stuff. Like you're not going to show anything too crazy. And so I think like sometimes they have to do a lot more with a lot less.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of simile and metaphor because they can't quite come out and say what they're saying because they're trying to entertain the children.
Yes.
So you have to like read into it a little bit more, which is interesting.
You kind of have to work for it.
Yeah.
I stand by that.
And that's how I know that Zootopia 2 is about gentrification.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's everything that we have this week. If you guys liked this episode, please like, comment, subscribe. Actually, a lot of my views lately have been on YouTube, so go check us out there if you want to subscribe to that.
You should tell us what your favorite childhood movies were.
Yes. Ooh, yeah. Comment what your favorite childhood movies are. I'm going to be posting clip after clip after clip of this, obviously. So in the comments, leave me that. And I will see you next week.
Bye.